What's up, everybody? Ironite465 here with another video review. Sorry about the long hiatus with no videos. I was due to the fact that my computer was completely screwed up. I'm doing this on a friend's computer. Anyways, today we are going to be reviewing the film The Evil Dead with my special guest star.
COD Zombies for Life here, creator of GamesMore.
That username is awful. Just no. Okay. Anyways, I'm reviewing the film Evil Dead with him because this is one of my favorite films of all time. It's also one of the weirdest films ever made. But besides the point, he'd never seen it before. I told him what to expect, but he still wasn't expecting what he saw. What do you think of it?
It was a pretty intense movie. It was really gory. Probably
Yeah.
one of the scariest movies compared to the current generation's movies today.
Yeah, most modern horror movies suck.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I've like I said, I've seen this movie before. It's a lot slower for at least the first 20 minutes on the second viewing. The first viewing, I don't know why. I guess I was just anticipating it. It seemed a lot less slow. Also, just advice: be a bit louder. You know.
Yeah.
The writing, like I said, it's an indie movie, so it's Sam Raimi's early stuff. I didn't expect the writing to be completely fantastic. It's not like Army of Darkness where it's just like, or Evil Dead 2 where it's just like, oh. And like, also this is like Bruce Campbell's first like official theatrical debut. So once again, I wasn't expecting fantastic acting in this. It's not necessarily bad. It's just he has some bad moments. For instance, why are you all touching me like this? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
um. Yeah, so what do you think of the character of Ash?
Well, I thought he was a pretty good actor so far, but there are some points where it's like, I could have did better.
I'm not even talking about the actor, I'm just talking about like the character himself,
The character himself, yeah, he was pretty good as a character.
Yeah, I mean, okay, he hasn't seen the other two films yet, I have. I've tried to explain to him, he advances as a character, like, he starts out, as this wimpy little, what do I do? Demons and everything, which I don't blame him. And then he eventually evolves from Evil Dead 2, where he's insane and he knows what to do by the end of the film. And then Army of Darkness, he's just freaking awesome. For anyone who's seen Army of Darkness, alright, you primitive screwheads, this is my boomstick. Any of you got that reference, you get on Virtual Cookie, so yay! Yeah. Anyways, like I said, and the effects in this movie still are, to me at least, really hold up. They're really good. Just because it's like not all CG and everything, and like, what do you think?
Yeah, the effects were really amazing actually, considering it was made in
Yes.
1979.
Yeah, if I believe, if I'm wrong, well, just look it up on Google, whatever. As Hot Rod said, I know, I looked it up online. So, that sort of thing. It's one of those things. I'm pretty sure it was made around there. Don't quote me on that. But, even just for the time, I'm talking about even just now, I thought they were really good. Especially considering the fact that most horror movies now, it's just like, there's any blood, it's like CG. It's like, no. It's just stupid. It ruins the immersion and everything. It's just not that good. I don't know. I really did like this film. The first time I saw it, I watched it on my iPod. This time I actually watched it on a high definition, huge screen. It was a slightly different experience. It also was a different experience because I wasn't watching it at like 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
which really does some stuff to your brain. Yeah, there's the scene with the tree, which we're not really going to bring up because that
Yeah,
was,
we're not bringing that up, folks. We're not bringing that up.
you know, one thing I like about this movie, most horror movies now, they just cast like, oh, that chick is so hot and everything, but she would never be there in real life. This movie, they were just normal people. They just looked like someone you'd meet off the street. It's not like, oh my gosh, that's freaking supermodel, she's so hot and everything. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I could see just bumping into you, and I really like that. It added that sense of like, oh, you're just not some person that I see on like a commercial or something. It's like, oh, this is some sort of realism. Sam Raimi knew what he was doing. For me at least. what I was gonna say. For me, at least, like the main thing that I like about this movie, yes, is extremely flawed with continuity issues all over the book. I'm not sure if you really noticed this. Like some moments, like you'll see like a chick like grab like someone by the leg with like her left hand. Next shot will be her right hand.
Oh yeah, I see what you
Yeah,
mean.
as some shots, you could see like, oh, it's the actual actress. Next shot, oh, it's just Ted Raimi, who's the who's the director's brother in a wig. Who basically Ted Raimi? Let me explain this to you. Ted Raimi basically did all of the shots that Sam Raimi didn't really want to do. Like he dressed up as a chick if like the chick was too freaked out to do something, which I find really funny. Ted Raimi is a fantastic actor. Anyways, like those sort of problems and everything. But this movie, as most of you know, I want to be a filmmaker. I'm working on my first movie, Arkham Life sponsor. Yeah. But this movie really inspired me. It showed me that I can make a decent movie with like no budget, because this movie's budget was like zip, and it got shown in like very few theaters. And there's just something. There's a certain charm about this movie. I don't know, in its quirkiness and cheesiness with a lot of its dialogue. And I like how, for just no apparent reason, Scotty in the beginning when he's driving just has like a jar of moonshine while he's driving. And it's like, dude, you're just gonna kill some people. I mean, and it'll be all your fault. And I just find it funny. It's just like everything in this movie wouldn't have happened if they just wouldn't have opened up a stupid book.
Yeah.
The Necronomicon, Ex Mortis, bound in flesh and inked in blood. That I don't know. It's one of those things. Okay, something I'm going to say. Who, in your opinion, was the creepiest Deadite in this movie?
Creepiest Deadite. Let's see, it would have to be Ash's sister, wasn't it?
Yeah, Cheryl.
Yeah,
Not
Cheryl.
Cheryl. Not Cheryl.
I'm not
I
sure.
always forget their names in this because I don't know. I just always forget the characters' names in this movie. But Ash's sister. It's like, uh, she's so creepy. Like the moment you knew you were getting into a gore fest was the moment she's just like laying on the down. She wakes up and just grabs the pencil and just like stabs it into Ash's girlfriend's leg. It's just like, oh, it's one of these kind of movies. And like it's all practical and everything, so it's like you can see it like notching into her leg, and it's just now probably the most gruesome, one of the more gruesome like deaths though was Cheryl, who was the Scotty's girlfriend and everything, the one who got like her face shoved in the fire.
Yeah.
And you've got me out of those little holes soon. My flesh is not burning any longer. That sort of thing, it's one of those. Uh, and it's funny, my friend Keely.
Yeah.
Uh, she's only she's only seen Army of Darkness, so she doesn't really realize how disgusting this gets. And she wants to see Evil Dead the musical, which, by the way, I would highly recommend that. It's really hilarious. It's like a parody slash homage slash, it's just they combined all the best elements. Like it has the grotesque nastiness of Evil Dead 1, basically just the story of Evil Dead 1, all of the best, sort of scenes from Evil Dead 2, and the humor of Army of Darkness, just all combined into one. And honestly, you need to see the other movies, like soon. Yeah, it's picking up on us. Don't worry. Yeah, but as a score for this movie out of 10, I'd give this. I give it an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10, just around there. I realize this movie is extremely flawed, but for such a small budget and it being so good, I'll just give it a 9. Well, what would you give this out of 10?
I would give it, yeah, same as you, I'll give it a 9.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's got those little tiny flaws, but it doesn't really matter in, like, just retrospective, because it just came together to make this insanely awesome movie that was made for a really small budget. Yeah, it's really good. Just our recommendation, just go watch it. Anyways, guys, that's basically it. Ironhide465 signing out. Go visit GameSmore.com. He runs it, and I do reviews for it. I did a Halo 4 review. Just go check that out. And as always, bye. You can say bye too if you want to.
Goodbye.